which is from a brand called Asian Kanan, and this is a sport weight yarn. You can use either a sport weight yarn or a weight 4 yarn depending on which yarn you want to use. I'll be using my stitch markers, my scissors, and my size 3mm hook. So to get started, for the measurement, you're going to measure around your waist or where you want the top to stop and divide that by 2. So my waist is 34 inches divided by 2, that is 17 inches. So my front panel is going to be 17 inches and my back panel will be 17 inches. Now I'm going to make a foundation chain that will give me 17 inches, but I'll be working in multiples of 10 plus 8. Now this is because I'm working in post stitch and with double crochet stitches. You're going to understand why I'm working in multiples of 10 plus 8, but you can also decide to work in any multiples of your choice depending on how you want to space the double crochet and the post stitch. But for mine, I'm working in multiples of 10 plus 8. So I'm just going to make sure I make a foundation chain that will give me 17 inches, but also in multiples of 10 plus 8. So I have a total of 78 chains, and this is in multiple of, so I have a total of 78 chains, and this is in multiples of 10 plus 8, and it's also about 17 inches, so it's my measurement. Now chain 1, go into the first stitch with 1 double crochet. You're just going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. So you're not doing any increase and you're not doing any decrease, you're just putting 1 double crochet in each stitch. I've come to the end of the first row. For the second row, start by chaining 1, turn over. In the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Now in the next stitch, you're going to do a front post double crochet. Do a back post double crochet in the next stitch, and then a front post double crochet. So you're just alternating between the front post and the back post stitch. You're going to repeat this till you get to the end of the row. Just keep on alternating between the front post double crochet stitch and the back post double crochet stitch. I'm at the end of the second row. In the last stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Chain 1, go into the first stitch with 1 double crochet. Now the next stitch is a front post, so go into the front post with a double crochet. Go into the back post with 1 double crochet, and then the front post with 1 double crochet. So you're just going to keep on alternating between the front post and the back post stitch till you get to the end of the row. Okay, so I've come to the end of the third row and I'm okay with the length I have for my waistband. For the fourth row, start by chaining 1. I'm going to put 1 double crochet in the first 8 stitches. So I have my 8 double crochets. In the next 2 stitches, go into the front post with 1 double crochet. One and 2. So now you have a total of 10 stitches. Now in the next 8 stitches, go in with 1 double crochet. So this was the main reason why I decided to have my foundation chain in multiples of 10 plus 8, so that it's easy for me to know where I'm putting my post stitch and also where I'm putting my double crochet stitches. I have my 8 double crochets. In the next 2 stitches, go into the front post with 1 double crochet. 1, 2. Continue with 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So you're going to repeat this till you get to the end of the row. You're just alternating between 1 double crochet in 8 stitches and one front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now I've come to the end of the 4th row. For the 5th row, chain 1, turn over, go into the first 8 stitches with 1 double crochet. Now that you have your 8 stitches, you have your back post stitch because the post stitch is at the back. Now go into the 2 post stitch with a back post double crochet. Put 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. Now in the post stitch, go in with a back post double crochet stitch. 1 and 2. Continue with 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So from this point, you're going to be repeating this. So you're going to be repeating row 4 and row 5 till you have the length you want. I'll let you know how many rows I do before we work on the next part of the top, but for now just keep on alternating between 1 double crochet in 8 stitches and your post stitch in the next 2 stitches. So I did a total of 20 rows, and we're just going to ignore that I have done the panel for this. So I did a total of 20 rows. Now what you're going to do is you're going to mark off the middle. So I put my stitch marker in the middle stitch, and then you're going to work on one panel first and then work on the second panel. As you can see, I already worked on one panel. So what I did was you're just going to attach your yarn at this end, chain 1, put 1 double crochet in the first 8 stitches, now you've come to the post stitch. Because the post stitch is at the back, you're going to go in with a back post double crochet. 1 and 2. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. So you're going to do this till you get to where your stitch marker is. Okay, so I've come to where the stitch marker is. You're going to do a decrease in the stitch before the stitch marker, on the stitch before the stitch marker, and the stitch where you have your stitch marker. So in the second to last stitch, yarn over and pull through, you have 3 loops. Pull through 2, you have 2 loops. Yarn over and go into the last stitch and pull through, you have 4 loops. Pull through 2, Go through two, chain one, turn over, and the first 2 stitches do a decrease. Now continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to your post stitch. Go into the post stitch with a front post double crochet. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches till you get to your post stitch. So you're just going to keep on repeating this, and each time you get to this end you're going to do a decrease. Now I did a total of 14 rows of decrease on this end, so I'm just going to do this till I have a total of 14 rows. So I'm done with both panel. For the front panel I did a total of 14 rows of decrease for both sides, making it a total of 37 rows. So if you remember, I did 3 rows of the post stitch, and then I did 20 rows of alternating between the post stitch and double crochet stitch, and then I have 14 rows of decrease, making it 37 rows. And for the back panel, what I did was I did the same amount of chain I did for the front panel. So I chained 7 to 8, and then I just worked in the pattern, alternating between the double crochet stitch and the post stitch. And because I wasn't going to do the v-neck, I just did 34 rows of alternating between the double crochet stitch and the post stitch, making it a total of 37 rows. So your back panel should be the same amount of rows for your front panel. For example, if you have 50 rows for the front panel, your back panel will be 50 rows. Now I'm just going to work on the sleeves. So for the sleeves, you're going to make a chain that is wide enough to go around your arm, and I did a total of 58 rows, which is multiples of 10 plus 8 as usual. So I have a total of 58 rows, and this is wide enough and stretchy enough to go around my arms. As you can see, I already worked in 1 double crochet in each stitch. So the sleeve pattern is going to be the same as the body of the top. You're going to chain 1. Now in the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the front post of the next stitch with 1 double crochet, and then the back post of the next stitch with 1 double crochet. So you're just alternating between the front post and the back post. So I'm going to do the post stitch till I have a total of 3 rows. So like I said, the sleeves, you're working in the same pattern as that of the top, the body of the top. So I have 3 rows of the post stitch. For the 4th row, chain 1, go into the first 8 stitches with 1 double crochet. In the 9th stitch, go into the front post with a double crochet. Go into the 10th stitch with a front post double crochet. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. The 9th stitch, go in with a front post double crochet, and then go into the 10th stitch with a front post double crochet. So you're just repeating what you did for the body of the top. You're going to be alternating between 1 double crochet in 8 stitches and a front post double crochet in the 9th and 10th stitch. So you're going to repeat this till you have the length you want for your sleeves. I'm just going to do this off camera since it's the same thing I did for the body of the top. you're not going to do any increase or decrease. You're just going to keep on alternating between the 2 stitches till you have the length you want for your sleeves. Okay, so I'm done with the top, and for the sleeves I did a total of 8 rows. So 3 rows of the post stitch and 5 rows of alternating between the double crochet and the post stitch, making it a total of 8 rows. And this is what the top looks like. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe.